flower. That's why I've made this beautiful floral Easter bunny hairband using the Sizzix Bigs dies. Perfect for going on that Easter egg hunt. For this project, you're going to need your Sizzix Big Shot, a selection of Sizzix Bigs floral dies, a selection of felt in pretty Easter colours, and some lace in white. Wire cutters, an Alice band, and a glue gun. So the first flower we're going to make is this layered, beautiful flower, and I'm going to do it with this teal felt. And so we've got 2 layers of the bigger petals and 2 layers of the smaller petals. So what I'm going to do is double up my felt. So I'm going to lay that over the top of the die and double it up. And I'm just going to trim off the ends here and cut it in half. And then I'm going to pass that through. I'm going to put those on my cutting mat. So I've got these lovely glittery cutting mats here, just very, very pretty. Just pass that through the Big Shot. And then I'm just going to do it one more time for luck. Make sure everything's cut out really well. And then you can see that we've got our layers of petals. So I'll just reveal, I've got the double layers. We're just going to ignore our leaves for this time because we're not going to use those. And we've got 2 layers of flower petals. I'm going to pop them in front of me, and what I'm going to do is I'm using a glue gun. So I'm going to use my cutting mat so I don't get anything on my tablecloth. So we're going to glue these layers of petals together. So I'm just going to put the glue in the middle and then layer this one on top right in the middle. And then I'm going to do the same with the smaller ones. And the amazing thing about this is how quick it is to produce loads of really stunning flowers. And then to finish off, I've got a gemstone which is about 1 centimetre. I'm just going to pop that in the middle of the flower, and our first flower is complete. So next I'm going to make one of these oriental flowers, and again this is the Bigs die. So I'm going to cut out the purple felt. And I'm also going to use that lovely leaf shape. And then for these central pieces, I'm going to use yellow felt. So just make sure it fits just over the cutout area. And the great thing about these dies is you can actually cut up to 3 sheets of felt at the same time. Now we've got all the felt on top of our die, I'm going to run it through the Big Shot. So just layer that up and then just sandwich the second plate on top. It's just so easy to do. And then I'm going to run that through. I'm going to run it through once this way and hold the handle, and then just for luck I'm going to come back again. And then as you can see, we can reveal our beautiful cut out pieces, and it's that simple, it's that quick and easy to do. So if you can see there, we've got all of our petal shapes. They're really pretty. And again, I'm just going to layer them up and glue them together using the glue gun. So the last die I'm going to use is this rose die, and this is a slightly different die from the other ones. And I will show you why. Because it has a circular pattern that you have to glue together. So in this pattern you get a large rose and a small rose, and I'm going to do them in the purple and the blue. So again, you just need to cut out a single layer of felt for these ones and just stick it over. Make sure it fits perfectly over the top of your cutout on the die. So I'm going to run that through the Big Shot, pop my plates top and bottom, and just turn that handle. And you can hear it crunching. Now, because there's only one layer, I'm just going to go through once. Let's open that up, and then you can see inside we've got this rose shape that we're now going to glue together. And what we have to do is we have to put a little blob of glue in the middle of the rose, and we're just going to tuck that under and give it a pinch there to form the middle shape. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run glue around the edge piece by piece, and we're going to create that lovely beautiful rose shape. So I'm just going to run tiny bits of glue, so about a couple of centimetres or an inch at a time, and around the edge, and then we're going to form that rose as we go. The reason I'm only doing little bits at a time is because this is hot glue, and so I don't really want to burn my fingers. So there we have our pretty rose. Just going to get rid of those extra bits of glue, and then in the middle of that rose I'm going to add a lovely gemstone just to really finish it off. So just glue that to the middle. And there we have a really pretty little rose for our hairband. So I've made a few of these. So I've done blue and pink as well for our hairband. And so all together I have a collection of really pretty flowers to add to our lovely Easter bunny ears. To make our bunny ears, we need to use a thin-ish wire, and I've used this silver wire. You probably need about 40 centimetres of wire, depending on how big you're going to make your bunny ears. And we're just going to shape that. We're going to twist the bottom ends together, and there we have our bunny ear shape. So try and get that as flat as possible, and I've twisted it so it's got about 2 centimetres because of my hairband at the bottom, and I've kept the end so I can wrap that around my hairband later on. So I'm going to lay my bunny ear over the top of the lace like this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to run my hot glue straight onto that bunny ear. So it's actually easier to do it this way than to cut it out before. So I'm just going to curve that over, and then when you feel like it's stuck in place a little bit, trim down the edges, and then use an extra bit of glue to just fold that over. And you can use the tip of the glue gun to do this because it avoids your fingers getting super duper burnt. But it is best to use a glue gun because it dries so quickly and it's secure. Other types of glue take a long time to dry, and this is just a fast way to do it. So once that's done, we will have our bunny ears, and it's all glued, and just make sure it's a nice shape. So the next stage is to compile all of our components. So I've got this lovely padded cream Alice band. So all we have to do now is attach them all to our hairband. Okay, so there's my first ear on there. And so I'm just going to twist that wire, and I'm going to go round again and just twist it at the back here. And I'm going to use my wire cutters just to trim those ends away. And obviously if these are for children, make sure that there are no sharp edges sticking out. So there's my first ear, and look, it looks great already. And then we'll do our next ear. So put that next to that ear, and again we'll repeat the same thing. So our next stage is to add our flowers. So we're going to put the blue flower in the middle here. So I'm just going to use my glue gun to do this. So just add a blob of glue underneath and just stick it onto the hairband. And then we're just going to work our way around the hairband with different flowers, really keeping them tight to one another. This is going to look so pretty. It's really nice having leaves and things sticking out as well. Make sure the petals are sat nicely. And there we have our gorgeous Easter Bunny floral hairband.